NBA free agency. It's a couple hours away. James Harden opted out. Bradley Beal opted out. Zach LaVine opted out. And who are the New York Knicks looking at? All right, before I get to, let me get to the positive first. So in the NBA draft, people were laughing at the Knicks, Stephen A. Smith. They were, causing a ruckus over that's not drafting a player. Who told you that they weren't going to draft a player? I knew we weren't going to draft a player. If you go back and look at my old video, I knew for 100% we weren't drafting nobody at 11. But I'm not here to pat myself on the back. I'm here to pat the Knicks on the back. At the number 11 pick, I expected to trade it. I did not expect to get 3 future first-round draft picks. That's a nice haul. They're live protected. They got this. It's you know what I'm saying. They live protected. They got a little gate around a couple, but still first-round draft picks, still assets that we have to trade and do things with moving forward. I believe even after all the moves we've done, we still have 7 first-round draft picks over the next 4 years. It's a lot of capital. A lot of capital used in a big trade, a big movement. I'm gonna get to that in a second. So, big trades. We made some minor trades to get some cap relief. Now, it is unfortunate that we had to give up capital to trade players that we signed and re-signed last year. So after 1 year, we already, saying that we made the mistake, which is good, admitting that you made the mistake, but it's just unfortunate that you made the mistake. But anyway, they cleared the cap with Kemba Walker, Alec Burks, and Nerlens Noel. Shout out to all 3 of them. They had some big moments with the Knicks last year. I don't blame any of the 3 for the reason that, for the position that we were in last year, but it's the cost of doing business. But we were able to trade all 3 of those guys to the Pistons for the cap relief. The reason why that's big, because we were able to keep our young core. Still able to keep Reddish. Still able to keep Quickly. Still able to keep Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, Jericho Sims, and of course RJ Barrett. So we're keeping these young guys in the fold. We're not giving up too much of the farm. We're able to make a lot of moves, and they said still got the first round draft picks going forward. So we cleared that cap space. And I said keeping Cam Reddish was big. To go to the next point that I was alluding to earlier, the DeJounte Murray trade. Now that was definitely a trade that I was interested in. DeJounte Murray is a good young player. Probably one of the purest point guards in the league, young point guards in the league. He can score, but primarily gets the team involved, plays defense, has the size to defend. He's a really good player, all-star last year. So I can understand why the Hawks wanted him. In that deal, one of the first-round draft picks that they gave up was a deal they got for Cam Reddish. It was the first-round draft pick they got in the deal with us for Cam Reddish. So I was happy to see that we didn't give up on Cam Reddish, because I definitely would hate to see them come up off a pick we gave them and then we get nothing for it, because, again, we still got to see what Cam Reddish can be. Definitely not going to extend him this season. Still have to see more because of all the injuries and things. But, hey, like I said, he's still a young player that could show a lot. RJ Barrett should be resigned. If you're looking at the Knicks situation and you're looking at the league in its totality and you're telling me that RJ Barrett doesn't deserve a Ricky Max extension, I'm not sure what you're watching. I would love to hear it. I don't understand why people don't show RJ Barrett enough love. I'm not sure what they want to see on the team. That was just a complete disaster in a lot of ways. Throughout his whole tenure in the NBA, he's steadily progressed, steadily improved in a lot of ways, improved on the shot, improved on his shot selection. His handle has gotten a little better. His ability to go right has gotten better. Shot making, the three-point shot, he shot 40% a year ago. Last year, I believe it was 34. This guy he's showing he can play. I don't understand. He's young. Like I said, he's young, has a pedigree, the 3rd overall draft pick, #1 prospect coming out of high school. This guy isn't just some guy. I don't get it. But I'm going to make a video later about RJ Barrett. But yeah, we didn't get DeJounte Murray, and according to the reports, we wasn't in on him. But the main thing you got to talk about, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson. So again, in the off-season free agent period, were names of the likes of Zach LaVine, James Harden, and Bradley Beal. We're treating Jalen Brunson like he's Michael Jordan. It feels like this guy wasn't even he was offered. He was in negotiations for a 4-year, $55 million contract with the Mavericks in the last offseason. Now we're about to double that. It just feels weird. It just feels. I hope it's not another Knicks being Knicks situation. He's not the biggest guy. Shoot first. Not the greatest defender. Now, I know I just said his negatives first. So, I mean, he does have a lot of positives. He did show he can score. He showed some lead guard potential. He's an efficient player. He's a winner from college. I mean, he's a second-round player that he going to cash out with us? Why he got to cash out with us? The Dallas Mavericks wasn't sure if they could give him 4-year 55. We're about to give him 4-year 10, maybe. Because with the Miami Heat, even though he said he's not going to meet with them, I'm pretty sure that drove up the price a little bit. Maybe he's not meeting with him because we told, hey, no, I got you. Oh, that one, we said 100? Oh, yeah, we only said that just so, I got you. A little wink, wink, handshake. I don't know, man. It's looking tough. Jalen Brunson, is no disrespect. He's a good young player. Only 25, so even if we do give him that 4-year deal, still under 30 at the end of it. So presumably we get the best years out of him. Jalen Brunson. He got all these guys. I got a lot of guys getting traded, getting willing. What about Donovan Mitchell? What happened to that? Listen, I can live with getting a Jalen Brunson if we do something else too. But that being said, I can't be too mad if Jalen Brunson is the big acquisition and we just add it to the young players we have. Because again, I like the young players that we have. I don't want to give them up for nothing. I don't want to give them up for the thought of a guy that, the big name, like to be real, Donovan Mitchell. I'm not saying I don't want Donovan Mitchell. Let me be clear. I am not saying I don't want Donovan Mitchell. I'm just saying I don't want to give the entire farm from. I don't want to give RJ Barrett for Donovan Mitchell. I'll be honest and say that. I don't. RJ Barrett's younger. Again, I feel like he hasn't. Not saying that Donovan Mitchell hasn't superseded a bad situation because he got there. Gordon Hayward was hurt and things like that. Had to be the leader in a lot of ways. So I'm not saying that. I just RJ Barrett's homegrown talent. I've made that deal before, where we trade all the assets to get a player, and then gut the team. So when the player gets there, we got nothing but him, hoping that they can just win the championship. It's not gonna happen. We got a lot of young talents. Might as well use it. Might as well grow it. Might as well show it. Had to get on wax before Brunson came. Hey, listen, there's still a chance Brunson doesn't sign. Who knows? Nothing's foregone. But the way, listen, we're touting this guy like he's Michael Jordan. Kobe reincarnated, R.I.P. What? He has some good games. And again, and it's funny, like I said, to go back, listen to Master Bruce CB on Spotify. Me and my man Dank Fowler, shout out to Dank Fowler. Shout out to the store as well. Prestige Company. Shout out to him. Follow on Instagram, Retro CEO on Instagram. Follow them, you can get to their store. I don't know what's that about. But anyway, we touched on this playoff series of Jalen Brunson. He was definitely continued to show that he can battle adversity. Play without Luka, play with Luka. It's just 110. 130, listen, 100, I hope 130. I hope it's not 136. If it is, that's going to be crazy. That's it. Because again, this is before, it's going to be uploaded before free agency. We'll see what happens. May God be with us. May God be with the Knicks. Hopefully the Knicks do something crazy. Come from out of left field with a trade, a signing. We shall see. Don't hold me like you don't know me. If you got a Twitter, Master Bruce CB, Spotify, Master Bruce CB. We're gonna be getting the content on Apple Podcast soon. That's coming soon. It's coming soon like a Mike Jones mixtape. YouTube, Master Bruce CB. Instagram, just Master Bruce. Don't hold me like you don't know me. I appreciate you.